Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with you. Let's check in with our sideline reporter, Holly Rose.
Guys, I have checked in with the Bulldogs head coach. He has been warning his players all week. They're in the top 25. They might have the most talent, but he understands this environment is insane. This crowd has proven to be one of the best in college football, and he understands they can disrupt play calling, communication at the line of scrimmage. He has been playing crowd noise all week in practice to make sure his players are prepared. Back to you.
Holly, thank you. This ought to be a tremendous matchup. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. Finding open areas. Got to be smart, patient, great vision. Uses all of that to get to the 29. Let's take a little step back and have a look at Georgia. They start the season in the top 5, prime position to make a run. But what's the biggest danger there, Jesse?
Well, they need to avoid complacency. Top 5 tells me you've got potential. You were a good team a year ago. You got a lot of talent. But there's going to be a lot of really tough games on the schedule this year, David. So why not start early right here in week 1 and come shooting out of the cannon?
Shooting out of the cannon with a start that everybody gets to look at, see how good you are. And that first impression is really big, right? Like, you can start climbing quickly and really get a high marks in people's heads if you can start the season on a great note.
On third down, here's Frazier. It's a game of first downs, and they've got one out to their own 37.
And I think on that last run play on third down here early in the game, they're making a statement that we believe we're the more physical team and we're going to run the football even if you know it's coming at you. Nice job. They got the ball at midfield. I expect to see more run plays coming up.
Handoff for Frazier. Oh, he's got some space. Brings him down at the 48. It's a gain of 15 and a first down.
And, man, you don't have to be a great play caller to give that guy the football, right? Like, feature him. The offense goes through him. You got to love this running back. And he just finds a way to make those chunk plays like he just did, setting the tone. And, Palmer, sometimes the defense, they need to see you for a second so they realize how fast, how powerful, how good you are.
Yeah, and the defense said all the right things leading up to this game. We're focused on stopping the run. We want to be the more physical team. We're going to make them one-dimensional. Well, you just got to run down your throat early. Everybody has a plan until they get punched in the face. So for this defense now it's time to show up. You got to bow up now and start doing something about it.
Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
Well, it feels like each and every year when you talk Georgia and their ability running the football, they are about as deep at that position in running back as anybody in college football. You look to last year, David, it felt like every game there was 5 or 6 guys. It was Nate Frazier and 4 other dudes all getting it done. They recruit so well at that position. They bring in fresh bodies. They wear defenses down. We expect that to be the same thing this year.
They do, but I tell you what, man, the highlighter to me, the top guy is Nate Frazier. And them keeping him this offseason, there was a lot of people that were trying to make him a very rich man. And I'm not saying he's not a rich man at Georgia, but, like, he is the superstar. He's got great feet. You saw him take next steps after his freshman year. And this guy really has dynamic quickness. He explodes through the hole, home run speed, doesn't mess around, has really proven to be a great back.
As Holly mentioned earlier, this home crowd can create a huge advantage. Looking to throw, it's Stockton. Unloads to the wideout. Got his man to the left. And you can see the offense just feeling itself. They've got it down to the 21. This dude is just exceptional in every facet. So fluid, such a great route runner, and a big play there.
And money down, third down, find him. I mean, you want to find that matchup because he's going to win. And gets a good release, gets down the field. You see that's your playmaker, that's your guy. Get it to him, get the first down.
To give, running right, it's Frazier. He's stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there.
And they said to us in the meetings leading up to this football game, really wanted to establish the line of scrimmage, run the football. First drive, this is exactly what they're doing. They're getting what they want. This defense has to get better at the point of attack.
The give to the back, and they'll knock him down. This crowd rising up, sensing that its defense needs some help. They're going to go to the air on 3rd and short. And it's incomplete as he tried to thread that needle to the back corner of the end zone.
And I think on that last play, that's an example of the quarterback trying to predetermine who he wants to throw to, and instead of letting the defense dictate who gets the ball. Man coverage, that guy was not open that time out on the perimeter of the field. Still, he gave him a chance, but that thing had incompletion written all over it from the moment the ball left his hand.
And on this opening drive, the D gave up some yards, but that's okay. They buckled down when they needed to. They forced the field goal, keeping the home crowd still engaged, still excited, and now they get the football.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Inside, it's Davidson. Good, solid run on that one as he gets it up to the 33-yard line.
Love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
Got 8 on first down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. Grabbed on the right side, that's Wesco. Able to work it to the 39-yard line, and that'll be a first down. Last completion moved the sticks in. Let's see if they try it again. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Davidson. You guys have both played in rivalry games, so what did you do to keep yourself locked in during that week of preparation, David?
Well, you try to keep your emotions in check, but it's really, really hard to do because a lot of times the hatred is so strong. The emotions are so real. The coaches get super tight, and they start talking about things, Jesse, so you don't just treat it as another game.
No, it's hard to handle the anxiety leading up to those games, not just because of what it means to your season, but because of what the fans are saying, what your coaches are saying, what your family and friends are saying, understanding how important those rivalries are.
Quarterback will keep it. And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain.
As a defensive guy now, you're always zoomed into the quarterback. I mean, these guys, whether they're throwing the football or running it, at least they have the football in their hands every time. You know where they're going to be. You focus in. The defense locked and loaded, understand what they were trying to accomplish, doing a good job getting to the quarterback, and then make those physical hits count. Finish those tackles with aggressive hits. Make that quarterback feel you for a whole length of a game.
Working that left side now. Defense caught out of position, and they get him down finally at the 38.
Find my guys quickly, know my matchups, get them the football, let them do the rest. So many playmakers now in football. I'm trying to get it to him as fast as possible so he can do that. Right after the catch, make guys miss, make beautiful plays.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
Rides to the back. This time the defense was ready, and they stop him in his tracks.
That's a really good stop by the defense. Jesse, they need a few more. You've given up a bunch of yards on this drive and a bunch of plays, but all that matters is keeping them off the scoreboard.
Yeah, it's that bend, don't break mentality you're seeing right now, and this is the point where this defense has just got to lock in.
We've reached the break, and Georgia is on top. We've played one. Before we move on, let's have a look at the stats. They flipped into the field, and we're ready to play. This offense had a little extra time to think about it. Let's see what they have on third down. Rushes on him. Finds his big tight end. Just outside the red zone as they pick up the first down. They'll spot it at the 22.
When you can run routes like this big guy, you can line him up in the slot. You can give him some extra space to work and just let him find the open holes over the middle of the field. It's a good idea to line him up in different spots to help him out, but he's a big part of this passing game. You saw why there.
Able to move it ahead a couple of yards. He gets it down to the 20.
And that run really didn't go anywhere, and a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those five guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those five offensive linemen.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. That one never had a chance. Incomplete.
In football, you hear the term quick, but don't hurry. And you can tell when you run these RPOs, the QBs want to make that decision quick. And I think he hurried it a little bit too much. Got the ball out quick, but obviously was inaccurate with his pass.
They've got it right on the edge of the red zone, but they face a 3rd and long. Dropping back, it's Reynolds. Fires to the wideout. Looking to get it in. Goes out of bounds just short of the goal line, and they'll be set up and in great position here.
And listen, the defense knew coming into this one, they were going to target him early and often. He is a weapon, and there's no mystery where the quarterback's going to be looking on critical down and distances. Let's see how they're able to cover him throughout the rest of this game.
Nothing doing, and he was lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. It's 2nd and goal. I mean, they're about to run out of plays. 12th play of the drive coming up. Finds his big tight end. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers. A methodical drive that they finish off by tossing it to the tight end.
And the tight end, I tell you what, this is a position that's evolved so much, right? And you see him move all over the field. It's kind of like, where is Waldo? You got to find this big fella, especially down in the red zone area. This is the guy they're going to target and make the big play, get the touchdown.
He'll take the return and try to improve the field position. Tackled and brought down right at the 20-yard line. Good coverage there. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. They'll start this drive with a chance to regain the lead, down 7-3. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. On the run, fires downfield. That's caught. It's Humphries. Good call, good execution as they move the chains and they have a first down at the 38. So it's not just a strong running game. The Dogs can be dangerous with those weapons up top.
And I think when you've seen Georgia really dominate in college football over the last several years, it's because they've been more aggressive, more willing to throw the football early downs, trust their quarterback, not just the ground game.
Gets the ball right to the 50-yard line, and that'll be enough for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Here's a give to Frazier. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
And a lot of times the fit up front, you know, linebackers are fitting holes and that ball bounces and it's supposed to go somewhere. And sometimes it goes to a DB and the offense will get a W. Like they'll get a win because you'll break a tackle. How about the tackle by that young fella? I know he likes to cover, but I love the way he comes up and makes the tackle.
Right back to it. And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him.
And I like the thought process on offense here early in this game. They're giving their bell cow the ball early and often. There are a lot of coaches that outthink themselves, and they think, you know, we're going to throw the ball to set up the run instead because everybody on defense knows our guy is the focal point. But this offense is just keeping it simple. Let's just give our best player the football early in this game, and let's just get him into a rhythm.
To the air, it's Stockton. Quick strike complete. Runs through a man, and he might have space. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's first down.
And it's tough on the defense there. Third down, you're in zone coverage. Everybody's watching the quarterback, and you're trying to make a break on the ball, but he just got it out of his hands too quickly, and the throw was too accurate. Really nothing you can do there, and it's now a fresh set of downs.
Handoff for Frazier.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Looking to fire. Unloads it left. Not in lockstep there with the receiver.
We just have not seen this offense look very sharp so far in this game, running or throwing it. In the second half, throwing it specifically, I think they need to find a better rhythm. They've got to find a way to get some completions strung together.
Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Pucks it out of the air. He's going to come up about 5 yards short of the line to gain. Now on fourth down, they'll settle for a field goal try. This whole play is going to see if this kicker can operate in the sea of noise. It's good. Easy call for the refs. That brings them to within 1.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Running inside. It's Davidson. Surges across the 30, out to the 32, a 6-yard run.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Might as well stick with him. And he could not get loose on the run.
Man, a lot of times offenses, they feel really good when it's second and short after a good run on first down. You'll see them be aggressive. They choose to run the football, defense ready, now setting up a third and short situation. Are they going to run it 3 times in a row? The defense probably going to be ready for that.
They thought they could just run it on third and short, but this defense was there to make the stop.
And I love the aggressiveness and physicality of this defense. Third down, they run the football. You say absolutely not. This is a strength of this offense. Usually they're really good at converting third downs. This defense just stood up and made a play.
You'd think they would have had a good chance to down that one deep, but the bounce carries it into the end zone for the touchback. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. They'll start on the ground with Frazier. Makes it past the marker. And he's got the first down. Good pickup on the play there. And now we'll see what they do coming out of the 2-minute timeout. He had the perfect play to open the drive, and now they'll snap it again from the 38. Wide receiver going in motion. On first down, Nate Frazier. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Man, I go back to him again, too, man. I mean, just the big play, the play before, and they say, why not? Try it again, get it to the running back, try to create some space. Better job by the defense being gap sound, coming downhill, not letting him break tackles and make a big...
Flying out to the left. The 10. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs.
And I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. I'll tell you what, keep that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
Going for 2 here to try to make the lead 7. In the red area, it's Frazier. Stopped short. They'll bring him down at the 1. He just couldn't get it in. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Looking to throw, it's Reynolds. And he will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. Just a great job defensively, making him go through his progressions, and he really didn't have time to do it.
And that's exactly what you do in zone coverage. You drop in your spots, you read the quarterback's eyes, make sure you take away that quick stuff, and a great job rushing the passer and getting the sack.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the wideout. And they can't make the play on 3rd down.
That's why it's so important for this defense to win 1st and 2nd down. You set up 3rd and longs like that, you can show your exotic looks, you can get the pass rush going, everybody on the back end expecting throw, and that's how you force incompletions and force 4th downs.
He'll field the punt. And they'll get him down after the return at the 27-yard line. Here we go. They'll try to get something on the board here in the final minute of the first half. They'll start on the ground with Frazier. He's going to lose a yard on that one. The Tigers will call a timeout. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half.
Man, did you see the D tackle just slice through the offensive line? That's how you get penetration. That's how you dial up and tackle for loss.
Finds his man. It's Humphreys. Trying to save time on defense, they use their second timeout. And they'll still have 1 in their pocket for what's left in this first half.
Nice completion, nice short game. Now it sets up 3rd down. And wait a minute, 3rd down now becomes, we're going to go for it on 4th down anyway, so it really doesn't matter that much. Great job getting a little chunk. Now we get to go have some fun.
Looking to pass. It's Stockton. Going for the big play. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. Georgia sends out the punt team. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. No fair catches here, looking for room. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? He wants to start this drive with a pass. Looking left. That's caught. It's Johnson. They bring him down, but not before he gets a first down at the 35. And the Tigers peeled off a huge chunk of yardage through the air and now back to the line. Looking to throw on first down. It's complete to the right. And there were no creases or crevices to run through, and they shove him out of bounds.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on you.
Caught near the sticks. It's Johnson. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. And they'll send out the field goal unit. And this one will be a 40-yard try from the left hash. And it's no good. He missed it. Guys, after that miss, we are still sitting on a 5-point game.
Oh, man, the dreaded doink when you knock it off the crossbar. Those are ones where, man, just a couple inches to the other side, towards the middle, and that thing's in, but it still counts as a missed and a missed opportunity.
One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. Unloads to the wideout. Got his man downfield. He'll be brought down, and that's the final play of the half. Halftime as both teams head into the locker room. We're looking forward to a terrific second half, but before that, let's check in with Kevin Connors.
Guys, we welcome you into the Week 0 edition of the EA Sports College Football Update Show. We begin with a look at North Carolina taking on the TCU Horned Frogs. And it's the Tar Heels setting school records in multiple offensive categories in one of the highest scoring games I think I've ever seen. Two teams who were very familiar with the end zone today, pushing them to 1-0 on the short season.
The Tigers sending out their offense ready to get this drive started. They start this third quarter, one-possession game, and hoping to get an early drive going.
This offense is ready, and they're ready to take the field here and see if they can get something established. They don't have to change everything and reinvent the wheel. They've had some successes in the first half, so let's get that continued here on the opening drive.
Yeah, and I love getting that break at half to go talk with my coaches and pick my offensive coordinator's brain so I know exactly what I need to do to attack this defense, and I get ball first.
Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
Well, the QB knew coming into this one it was going to be tough. They have a lot of athletes on the back end, but today, guys just not able to separate. Accuracy hasn't always been perfect, and as a result, they've got another ball getting knocked away for an incompletion.
Oh, they're after him. Oh, it's picked off. Oh, that's not the way to start a drive. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. Here comes the Bulldog offense out to start the drive. They'd love nothing more than to take advantage of that early second-half turnover and cash in and tack a little bit more onto this lead. Off the play fake on first down to throw. A strike downfield. A likely touchdown-saving tackle, but the catch and run takes it down to the 7. You get that turnover and you try to punch them hard immediately on the first play, and they come up with a big gain.
And when the defense is running on the field, you are thinking sudden change, sudden change. When they create a turnover, a lot of times offenses want to be aggressive. They were, and they get rewarded.
Makes a stop in the backfield. He'll lose 4.
Man, when you go into the half and you're down, like that speech is usually pretty fiery. A lot of words you can't use on television. And so this coaching staff probably challenged their guys, and I like the way they started this second half so far. Physically, flying around, doing a great job stopping the run. They got to play like this the rest of the game.
Dropping back, it's Stockton. Flips it out on the screen. That completion will take it close to the 5-yard line. They'll mark it at the 6.
I like the aggressiveness by this defense. You got to play tight on the wide receivers. There's not a lot of space on the field. You got to be aggressive, and you got to make tackles.
This defense was put in a difficult spot, but they've made it tough, and now the offense faces 3rd and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. Touchdown, Bulldogs! The offense puts up 6 for that trip to the end zone.
And this offense doing a really nice job, man. They're understanding who they are. And Jesse, do you find guys, man, on the outside that you know where they're going to be, you know they're going to make plays, and you just continue to feed them?
Yeah, no question, especially in a situation like this, David. When the game's on the line, you got to go to your best players. And quarterbacks, they keep track of what's happening during the game. Who's winning? Who's getting separation on the outside? Who do I feel comfortable throwing to in tight coverage? This is the guy. That's now his 2nd touchdown catch in the game, and I don't think that's going to be the last time we see him touch the ball.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The Tigers send out the offense to go to work. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy.
He hurls one deep down the left side. Snags it at the 30, still running. He's loose down the left side. Touchdown, Tigers! He got loose, and it was lights out after that.
And how about the bomb? The long field all the way across the field. Big-time play, big-time throw. Receiver runs underneath it, takes it to the house. Huge play for this offense.
And he added the extra point. And as the ball makes its way into the end zone, it'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. We'll see the offense make its way onto the field here, hoping for a successful drive. They'll start on the ground with Frazier. Still on his feet at the 40. At the 45, on his way. Turns it on down the left side. Into the house. Touchdown, Georgia. An impressive run from the back. Gets him 6 points, good drink of water, and maybe a little oxygen.
Definitely needs some oxygen after that long run, but it looks simple, right? Just hand the ball off, but when you can make big plays like this in the run game, man, does it make offense fun.
The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. That kind of drive will boost your confidence. One play, hit the big pass, put a touchdown on the board. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The Tigers sending out their offense ready to get this drive started. A quick strike touchdown up top the last time they had it, Jesse. They'd love to do it again.
No doubt. They've got so many playmakers on the perimeter, David. Just find a way to get these guys the ball in space.
And you already started, man. Making that big play, opening up this offense. This quarterback is feeling good about himself. I wouldn't be surprised if they give it right back to him.
After the 9-yard pickup on first down, here's 2nd and 1. Motion from the wide receiver. Right back to the well. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And coming out in the second half, this offense, they needed to establish this run game. They needed to get something going. They're losing. They've got to find a way to get a flow, to get a rhythm. And so far here to start this second half, defense picking up where it left off.
And this offense can ill afford to come up empty on this drive, already trailing by multiple possessions. Scanning the field, it's Reynolds. And here's a fumble way behind the line. And they lose the ball out of bounds. Big loss of yardage on that one, but at least they've got another shot. The Tigers send out the punt unit. He'll try to make the catch in traffic. The pursuit and coverage was there, and they swarmed him under for no gain. The Bulldogs offense is on the field, ready to get this drive cranked up. After that last explosive running play, David, why not just try it again, right?
I mean, why not? Such a big, long, explosive run. You think, Jesse, maybe give it to him again? Or do you say, hey, QB, throw that thing out there?
I think you keep it on the ground, David. Honestly, I was watching the offensive line. They were fired up after that long touchdown run. You know they just want to go back out there again and get some push.
Fires to the wideout. How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion?
I think we got a little bit sloppy on that route. You need more separation if you're going to give your quarterback a better target trying to complete that in throw.
Ball sitting right at the 30. It'll be 3rd and short. Looking to throw for it. Got his man. He won't quite get to the marker, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
Hauls it in and looking upfield. He gets a block. The speed, the shiftiness, the elusiveness, all on display in that sweet return there. The Tigers send out the offense to go to work. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. Turning it on!
And we knew the linebackers were the strength of this defense, but coming in the offense, man, they felt really good about their running back. And so far, man, it's been a fun matchup to watch, but advantage to these guys that have been filling gaps, scraping, getting to the football, making plays. This linebacker unit really held down this rushing attack that they usually hang their hat on.
The give to the back. Tackled there by the defense. Boy, there wasn't much room to wiggle for that running back there.
None at all. Great job by the defense getting in the backfield quickly, closing up all the holes, nowhere to run.
They've got to get the football to the 32 to pick up the first down. To the air, it's Reynolds. Here comes the heat. And a missed opportunity on third down as the defense knocks it free, and fourth down is coming up.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense, considering where this drive started, in their opponent territory. Now you're 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
A famous writer once said, most men lead lives of quiet desperation. Here is a desperate move, going for it on fourth down, trailing by double figures. And they can't make the connection on fourth down, and they'll turn it over.
Great coverage on that fourth down play. Nice job blanketing the receiver out wide. The defense, you could tell, they knew they were going for it. They had a game plan. They get the big stop and turn it over to their offense.
They'll start on the ground with Frazier. And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Frazier again. Oh, the ball's on the ground. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover.
The more hats you have near the football, the more likely you are to cause a fumble. So many guys with their hands wrapped around guys, the ball's bound to pop out occasionally, and you got to be in the right place at the right time.
And how about the keen eyes and sharp awareness from the coach to challenge that call, and the officials agree it'll go his way. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. Here's a give to Frazier. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down. Georgia lining up to punt it away. Oh, did he unload on that? It's like there's helium in that one. And that punt will make its way into the end zone, and they'll put it in play from their own 20. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. The run inside. It's Davidson. Keeps it moving for a 3-yard gain to the 24. Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. They'll go right back to the run. Out across the 30 mark, down at the 35 after the 10-yard gain.
Love the play call on the RPO, and you're just really trusting this running back to be able to make a guy miss and then get into the second level. The offensive line did their job, gave him a crease, but that was the running back making that linebacker miss in the hole before getting north.
Dumps it to the back. Got rid of it in a hurry, but he couldn't find his man. It's incomplete.
And there's so much for a quarterback to think about. Stick it out in the belly. Do I pull it? Now when I pull it, I got to get my feet set, make an accurate throw to the right guy. So a lot of things going on, and I think that you saw that led to a little bit of inaccuracy.
Finds his tight end. You know, David, this is really what game managing is. Nice pickup on second down to help them on the next play.
Yeah, and I think people look at that negative sometimes, finding a quarterback that's a game manager. No, use your brain. Set up good situations. I'm way more successful when I can keep those sticks at a more manageable situation, and I'm not as predictable on a third down. And I just need a crease. I need you offensive linemen, just like right here. Great job holding the point of attack. Don't let any penetration come in. Give me a little sliver. And
he lofts it high and deep down the left side. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception.
Well, coming out of the tunnel in the third quarter, this quarterback now is really struggling with his decision-making. 2 picks here in the third quarter. This looks like Jekyll and Hyde from what we saw in the first half.
Well, and the bad thing is they're going to be in passing situations. They're coming from behind. They're going to need him to play better. Like, he's going to have to read the field better and make some plays if they want to get back in this football game.
Well, guys, it's Georgia holding the lead at the end of the quarter. They're sitting in a strong position here with the lead. Let's take a look at our game summary. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the fourth. And a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on second down. Frazier again. Here's a little room there. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
Big reason why his team has the lead right now late is because of his performance running the football. Well over 100 yards in this game. They knew that they were going to have to really put a lot of pressure on him. He'd have to shoulder the load, and he has delivered for his offense all game long.
And he was on his way. Gets it all the way to the 38.
Defense just hasn't had an answer for this guy. He has been on point. This is about as good as I've seen him play at the quarterback position. And here in the fourth quarter with a big lead, he's still taking shots.
Got it in the middle. It's Humphries. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
And I love when my quarterback sees zone and knows exactly where to go with the football. Sees the wide receiver running the drag route, knows when to throw it, pulls the trigger for the easy completion.
Under fire. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him. But this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
To the air, it's Stockton. He's going to run it. He slides past the first down marker, and he'll convert that third and long.
Man, even when you're right, you're wrong. Defensively, you had a good play call on. You took away all the throwing options. You got some initial pressure on the quarterback. You're losing late in the game. You just need a play to get off the field. But because of this guy's athleticism and speed, you just don't have the answer. And now your back is up against the wall.
To give, running right, it's Frazier. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. It'll be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
They'll move the wide receiver. Back to pass. Throws to the wideout. Complete in the middle.
I love an offense that wants to stay aggressive. Even when you've got the lead late in a game like this, right, you still try to find your playmakers and get them the ball in space, and that is exactly what this offense is doing.
A great chance to put this game away with a score here on 1st and goal. Running the red zone, it's Frazier. Relentless, tough running, gets it down to the 4.
If at first you don't succeed, try again. I wouldn't be surprised if they just turn around and hand it off to him again here on 2nd.
They've pushed it ahead to the 4. They'll try to cash in on 2nd and goal. The play-action fake. Pass is broken up, incomplete as they were trying to strike for 6.
It's hard in this area throwing over this big defensive line. They've got long arms. You saw it right there, knocking that ball down on 2nd down.
3rd and goal, and let's see if they can even operate in this noise. To throw, it's Stockton. Touchdown, Bulldogs! And they take it in for 6 more points. Now they've got a little breathing room. They are in firm control of this game, guys, but you never want to let up in a rivalry game.
Because it only takes one play. We know how much of a factor momentum can be in these types of rivalry games, David, so this game's still far from over.
And this is where my leadership and my experience comes into play. When you got guys that have been through these fires, been through these rivalry games, you know the swings happen quick. Now you got to swing it back your way.
He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Tigers sending out their offense ready to get this drive started. Threw a pick the last time they had it. They'll try to be more productive this time around. Makes the catch. It's Johnson. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
And this offense is going to have to catch some breaks, man. They're going to have to make some big plays. They're going to have to push the ball down the field, break some tackles, hit some home runs, down 3 possessions in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to do everything right.
Takes a shot as he lets it go. Almost had the pick there. Would have been his 2nd of the game. Instead, it brings up 3rd down.
Another hit on the quarterback. All day long, this defense has been able to pin their ears back and get after this guy, and because of that, he's never gotten into a rhythm throwing the football, and that's why they find themselves trailing here late in the 4th quarter.
And the 3rd down pass is incomplete.
Well, the defense really stepped up in this game. They knew they had to slow down this passing attack. They knew they had some matchups they were going to have to win one-on-one. They've been able...
Look at this, guys. The offense appears to be going for it from their own side of the field. They're throwing for it on 4th down. He's brought down, but not before he picks up the 1st down and a gutsy call to keep this drive alive. The metrics tell you so often, go ahead, go for it on 4th down, and it pays off there.
That just shows you the head coach's confidence in his quarterback to go out on a critical 4th down and execute.
And he fired a bullet in, but it's incomplete.
And the defense is good with that. Get pressure on the quarterback, get him outside the pocket. You know it's a passing situation. Play half the field now. This defense is in a good spot, and you can tell they're ready to rush this quarterback.
Throws it deep. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
And this is a tough spot for the QB, man. Like, he knows he's down big and has to make big plays down the field, but also got to be smart because this defense, you can tell, bringing in extra bodies, playing the pass, maybe.
He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
And you got to expect this offense to go for it again here on fourth down, right? Obviously trailing, we're in the second half, but we saw them try to go for it on fourth down early. Didn't have any success. They've got to dial up a better play here.
He'll try to do it himself. And some great fourth down defense against the run.
I like the idea to go for it there on fourth down. You're basically at midfield, and you've got confidence in your guys to be able to go out. You've got experience in this offense. Guys have made these types of plays before. That time, the defense stepped up, they bowed up, and made a better play and take over. Now you need your defense to get on the field in a sudden change situation and get you the football back.
And I know you can play these late-game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position. You're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
And the defense makes a big hit and knocks him down.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
Back to pass, it's Stockton. Right on the money.
That's a tough pill to swallow if you're on defense. Third down, you're blitzing. You're expecting to be able to affect the quarterback, but give this offensive line, these guys, credit because they were able to pick everything up and give their quarterback an opportunity to throw clean from the pocket to pick up that first down.
Got a little grass.
These situations are preached so much in college football. Finishing a game strong, understanding circumstances. They are running the football right at you, trying to keep that clock moving, get a few first downs, and get a W.
Trying play action. Pocket breaking down. On target to the left. First catch of the season and his career for this freshman tight end. He just keeps piling up numbers with completion after completion in this standout performance.
And I think some people might say late in the game, you got the win, everything's in hand, be a little bit conservative, or you just say, I'm just going to keep doing me. And what I do with this offense is throw the football all over the yard, and I'm going to try to win me a big trophy at the end of the year.
Run in the red zone, it's Phillips. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. No wasted time as the defense uses a timeout here. 1:54 left to play. Going to work on second down in the red zone and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Back to the ground with the running back. Touchdown Bulldogs! And the beatdown has ensued.
Well, these players came together. I've been so impressed, not just by the talent, but also by their composure. Handling this kind of environment in the first game of the season, this says a lot about the leadership in that locker room.
On to attempt the try. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. So that drive covered just 44 yards. And what a way to finish it with a 9-yard touchdown run. He'll bring it out. It's Johnson. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Opening play of this drive will come from their own 23. Back to throw, it's Reynolds. Sets up the screen. And the screen goes nowhere. They stop him for no gain on the play.
The linebacker was not fooled at all. He read his keys. He saw the running back release out of the backfield. And he's got some speed and wheels himself to run with them. And, yeah, the running back made the catch, but he went right down to the ground. Really nice job that time by the linebacker.
Still moving to his right, trying to make a big play. It's caught downfield. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's first down. Really good job when this play went off script, and that's the job of a tight end. Find the soft spot and stay in the quarterback's field of vision.
Yeah, and it's just frustrating to play this kind of style of quarterback. That's always going to extend the play.
Fires one high and deep. He's got it down the field. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the first down.
Well, I'll give this offense some credit because they've got a lot of fight. There is no quit in them, and they're obviously trailing by a big amount in this game. They haven't had a lot of success, but they're still taking shots, and their players are still out there competing.
And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26.
That's a play the defense needed, right? It's been a battle all game long. Here we are. It's late. Everybody's tired. They've given up a few yards on this drive, but they come away with a huge sack at a big moment.
Throwing right. Got him in the open. Touchdown, Tigers. Made the grab and took it on in for the score.
And a nice touchdown, continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense continuing to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays.
They want to see if they can score the deuce. On the direct snap, it's Davidson. Escapes the pressure going right. He'll be pushed out of bounds just short of the end zone, and that one saved a touchdown at least for now.
Number 81, set to kick it away.
It bounds through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Running out the clock seems to be a mere formality here as they are ready to snap it in victory formation. What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? You work all offseason for that, the chance to take a knee and punctuate an opening victory to this season. The old coaching cliche, go win or no every week, and for the first week, they get it done.
That great start to the season. That's what you want. You want to come out, find a way to win. Was it perfect? Absolutely not. You're going to find things to work on throughout the season, but 1-0, that's where you wanted to be.
And I think if you're the coaching staff of this winning team, you've got to like what you've just seen. First game of the year, there was tremendous effort on the field. Guys flying around, flying to the football, trying to make the plays necessary to win this game. He definitely made a few mistakes, but that's what practice is for. If you're the coaching staff, I think you're very, very positive right now moving forward.
This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football. For